Please state your name for the record.
Marissa Carducci.
Is that how you pronounce it? All right. And how many escape rooms would you say that you've done to date?
4.
It's your 4th room?
Yes.
And what room are you reviewing today?
I forget what it's called now. The pyramid one.
Since there's literally a room in LA called the Pyramid and another Egyptian one called Red Giant, we will say that you are reviewing Hidden Passages, Pharaoh's Tomb.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
How would you rate the puzzles and technology of this room as compared to past rooms that you've done?
It was interesting. I've never done a room with that much theming. I would say probably the rooms I did before were less focused on theme and more focused on the puzzles.
Well, the theming's the next question. So this is just on the puzzles and technology.
But I feel like that affects the puzzles and technology. Because they were tied into the theme, which was cool.
You're correct.
I appreciated that the puzzles and technology were tied into the theme. And for me, at least, it was challenging. But maybe for someone that's done a lot of escape rooms, maybe not so much.
I mean, I've done a lot of escape rooms, and clearly I thought it was
true.
challenging.
We didn't escape, so it was. But there was also only 2 of us. I think more people would have helped. So yeah, I thought they were fun. They were fun puzzles. So I've been to escape rooms where you've had to use more tools, like nifty gadgets and stuff to solve puzzles. That wasn't really the case here, but still very enjoyable.
How would you rate the decoration, theme, and immersiveness of this room as compared to past rooms?
Very immersive. I screamed. They scared me at the end. It's not a scary room, by the way. I'm just a nervous person, so don't be afraid if you are.
Yeah, it's not one of the horror-themed rooms.
It's not a horror room. But no, I thought the theming was really great, and I liked. I think you can kind of tell this part because they tell you at the beginning the Pharaoh's tomb has been disarrayed, and you're kind of helping to put it back in order. And I thought that was kind of a unique aspect of the game. It was fun.
All right. How would you rate the difficulty of this room? Too easy, too hard, or about right?
I think it was right. I think if we had more people, then we would have escaped.
And more time. Keep in mind we had less than an hour due to traffic jam.
We showed up a little late, so.
Your overall enjoyment of this room, how would you rate that, and would you recommend it to other people?
Yes and yes. And yes, enjoyable, yes, would recommend.
Okay. Is there anybody you would not recommend this room to, aside from Shay?
Honestly, it wasn't even that bad for Shay. The room wasn't collapsing or anything like that. It was fine. Maybe if you're a little kid, it really isn't scary. And like I said, I jumped, but for no reason, really. It may be for a little kid, it might be a little scary. It's kind of dark and stuff, It's a little spooky if you're tiny and have nightmares. But otherwise, I think it's good.
How would you rate your performance in this room?
Oh, I have to rate my own performance?
Yeah.
You don't rate my performance for me? I thought I did fine. I found some stuff that you didn't find.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're the expert, so I give myself props on it.
Okay. How would you rate your partner's performance?
Well, Ray, you're the master, so, and there was just 2 of us.
We didn't get out, so clearly it wasn't that great. The one question I don't normally ask, but I'm going to ask you in particular is, and this is something that's not really a spoiler, they'll know it, we're separated at the beginning.
Yes.
We're in separate rooms.
Yes.
How did you like being on your own, me on my own, and having to communicate back and forth without being able to see the other person?
That part was fun. I think my guess is that typically the room I was in is usually one person, and the room you were in is usually everyone else. Therefore, my room had less things to figure out. They tell you all this in the beginning. My room had less things to figure out than your room, in which case, at some point, I got bored, kind of, because there's only so much you can explain to me that's happening in your room, and then I'm just kind of sitting there waiting for you to let me out. So that part I will say was maybe that's faster if there's more people in your room helping to figure out the answer versus, just you.
Or if your imagination runs more wild. You can see my room
Hey,
by my vivid descriptions.
Yeah, I was mostly picturing what you were talking about. None of it looked like what was in my head.
That's what I was going to say. Did it look substantially different than what I described? All right, last question. What advice would you give to room solvers to increase their chances of success in this room without giving away any specifics? Besides show up on time.
I would say, like, they kind of gave you the hint in the beginning that you won't use the same, like, clue twice. You won't solve, like, something that you use to solve one puzzle isn't necessarily used to solve any more puzzles. They tell you it's like one and done. Once you've solved it, that's it. But don't let that cause you to rule out the fact that, like, some puzzles might be similar. Like, don't think that it's just, like, one example of this type of puzzle and done, I think.
Okay.
Does that
make
sense?
Great advice.
Without giving away anything, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.